set it at 12 and then you like, the max for them is 15.
I do remember that. So hello everybody, I am Nicole Starr Bauman. I am a degree candidate here at this school. And as you heard in the introduction, I am speaking about coming from a setback and moving into success with it. Now, as you guys know, setbacks happen all the time. I don't know if any one of you guys have had a setback at all in life. But when these happen, a lot of times our mindset shift to a little bit of a hopeless feeling, or like we can't do this, or some negative, feeling and thought pattern. When in reality, a setback is not a time to set down on our mindset. It's actually a time for us to start looking to the future, because we are actually being set up for moving forward into success. It is an opportunity to learn and grow, right? So I'm actually talking about it from a very personal perspective. August 15th, 2024, through no fault of my own, I got to go through what is called a reduction in force, i.e. the new term politically correct for you've just been let go, thank you so much. And a lot of people right now in the United States are actually going through this, especially with our political upheaval that we've had. And it's very, very traumatic. It's the best way I can talk about it. Because you think you're secure in your job, you think everything's going great. Matter of fact, in my position, they were talking about moving forward into managing more than just what I was doing. I was doing 16 different residential facilities from an appeals standpoint. That was my job, and did a lot of compliance in that. And I was actually being set up to manage a lot more. And then I get a phone call, hey, you got a meeting this week with Pete, great. Awesome, what's this about? I have no idea. Show up and Patty, thank you so much. You've been awesome and it's time for you to go. Your number was pulled. You're amazing. We're sorry. You've been let go. That's devastating. Now I'm lucky my kiddo's grown. Yes, I'm a mom, but I still have 2 4-leggers. And it's scary. My whole life was shifted. Like I said, it's a setback. But it also became one of the biggest blessings of my time right now. I come from a family that believes in education. My grandmother, she passed away a few years ago, working on her 9th degree. Education is very much a part of our life. I don't care if you're walking, you're breathing, you're learning. That is my grandmother's mindset. And it's been passed down pretty heavily over and over and over again. Get to school. I've got a million certificates in a box somewhere in my house. And that's what happens. I throw the certificate in there. But this is the first time that I have been given an opportunity to do something that I want. Not just because, hey, I've got a job and I've got to do this. I get to follow up on my passion. And so that setback of losing my job opened up a door for me through unemployment to return to school. Now, I'm looking at a bunch of students here that are all becoming educators. You guys, I cannot tell you how important that is, and I'm loving you guys so much for that. Because my life here, I have not had as an amazing education anywhere else. Because everybody here lives their education. They live their passion, and they're doing it because they love it. So when I'm going out and I'm looking at my program, which I'm doing a double major, conservation law enforcement and also environmental science. I'm very, very excited about it, not about the work that it needs to go into that, but very excited. I'm excited because of my professors. I am excited because when I come to class, I have no idea what's going to happen. It's going to be amazing. That's the only thing I know. My professors say, hey, come for the rain, come for the weather. And we're outside, as you guys can see, I'm dressed to be outside, and it's fantastic. I've been in the conservation law project this semester. It's the capstone for conservation law enforcement. And it is really amazing because you get to go out into the community. Now, when I started this program, I came in with the mindset that I was going to become an environmental compliance inspector. That has not changed, but it has been challenged by a lot of amazing experiences through the conservation law project. So you go out and you do what my professors call mini internships. And these mini internships, you do 12 of them. Six of them have to be in law enforcement, and the rest can be anything else that supports my major or my goal. I have done 17. You have 96 hours that you're supposed to complete, and I've done 129. And I've got more coming because I'm just not finished. But I did have to turn down 3 this semester just because I ran out of time. Through each of these experiences, I have grown exceptionally. And I say that because I'm freaking proud of me. You know, I've done things that I didn't even know existed. I didn't know that there were so many different areas in conservation. I grew up thinking trees, water, earth, yay, love it. You know, I love being in nature. It was my peace. But now I've actually gotten to go out with law enforcement. You know, I've gone out with conservation officers. My very first one was with Conservation Officer Austin Valadares. If any of you guys have met him, you have been privileged. If you haven't, you need to. Because I learned so much from him. First off, don't call Smokey Bear, Smokey the Bear, okay, number 1. And number 2, that there is a whole different array of opportunities that are available to me, available to all of us in the world of conservation. Going further, this led to me getting 4 job opportunities. I actually get to say 5 because I forgot one yesterday. Which came through one of my ride-alongs with a local forester who's now turned consultant, even though he's retired, because he's just that awesome. I have gotten to do multiple interviews, 1 job alone. This education, thanks to my professors, was the only reason I was actually able to walk in there with my head high and actually show up well for these interviews. This interview was for the Coos County Conservation District Manager position. And I actually made it to the 3rd round of interviews. And they told me, you know, we didn't expect this. We only thought we only had 1 good candidate. I'm a student. I've not been doing this for 10, 15 years. And yet that is who I was up against for the position. I did not get the job. I am okay with that because I know who did. And the fact that my education, because of my professors, I could stand there, and I'm now very, very proud of myself for that experience. Okay, my professors are the reason why I did so well. I have also had two job offers as well, and multiple internship opportunities. So there's been a lot that's come out of this. I've gotten 5 certificates as well. And I've had the opportunity to come and do a TEDx talk, which is very, very cool. Overall, I have had the experience of a 5 out of 5 stars. That's what I am giving it. I've also received those in return from every single person that I've gotten to talk with. But overall, the biggest impact I have received is knowing that every single setback that I get in life, because this isn't the first, I'm former military, and I had a setback when 2 kids decided to steal a car and run it into mine, breaking my back, which derailed my career. Setbacks happen. But setbacks are not the end of my story. It is merely a semicolon in the middle of my sentence. A setback is a setup to success. And I've definitely got that here. So thank you very much.